morning, Aubrey. How's it going?
I'm great, Jessica. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm recording this at a friend's house again. So if you hear a little dog barking in the background, that's Bruno, their
Oh,
awesome pup.
cute. What kind of dog is Bruno?
um, some sort of like poodle mix. I want to say
Oh,
like a labradoodle, some sort
okay.
of oodle
Cute. Some type of
mix. Yeah,
oodle.
so cute. So
Oh, that's
cute.
awesome.
All right. So we have an amazing episode for you today, guys. We get questions, and we'll share a student question in just a second, but we get questions all the time about how to give examples in writing task 2. Some people don't believe us really that they can be personal examples in an academic essay, but they can be, and we will show you how today.
Yes, exactly. It would be interesting to get statistics about, what questions were asked the most often. This would be high on the list,
Oh, yeah.
right? Can I use personal examples for writing test 2 speaking part 3, or do they have to be, something I've read in the newspaper? Both work, of course. So
Yeah.
we're going to give you some really great examples, personal examples that would still be very high scoring.
And impersonal examples. We're going to give you guys a range of examples today that you can draw strategies from, right? How can you think of your own examples? Because there are so many options. Do
Right.
remember that the writing task 2 question on the test says you can use personal experience. It literally says that in the directions, guys. So we know that it is okay as long as the vocabulary and grammar are good, as long as it is directly connected to the topic, you are fulfilling everything on the scoring chart.
Yes, absolutely. We want to share a related episode we did recently about AI writing IELTS questions for you to practice. It was episode 1337. Scroll up if you missed it. This was really interesting. And yes, you guys can use AI. So listen to that episode to find out how.
Yes, because then AI could write you some task 2 questions and you could practice today's strategies.
Yes.
All right, guys. So make sure to hit follow so you don't miss any amazing episodes. Aubrey, can you read the question today? And this question is from YouTube, by the way, guys. IELTS Energy TV. All of these podcasts are on video there. So go and just admire how
Yes.
awesome we are.
And leave us a comment there. Yes, this was a comment on
Yes.
YouTube. Valentina, she says, "Hi, girls, you're awesome. Thank you. Could you save our time a bit more and clarify the moment with examples in essays? Tell us, please, if they should be impersonal and if personal examples affect the scoring in a bad way at all. Thanks in advance." And that really is the
Perfect.
question, right? Sure, you can use personal examples, but are impersonal examples higher scoring? The answer is
Yeah,
no.
no. Great question. Great
Yeah.
question. And again, there's nothing on the scoring rubric about the kind of examples you use. Okay.
Right.
Like if you look at a band 8 for task, it doesn't say used only academic examples from journals or whatever. Guys, you don't have access. You can't research.
Right.
Okay. So the kind of examples you put there it doesn't affect your score either way. Again, it's how well is it connected to the topic? What kind of vocabulary do you use? What kind of sentence structure do you use?
Exactly, right? The examiner isn't looking to see if they're personal or impersonal. There are specific things that they are scoring, and that it's like, is it connected to the topic, right? Are your ideas fully supported? And are there linking phrases there? Are you linking your ideas? That is what the examiner is concerned with, and not whether the examples are personal or not.
All right, so let's get into this. So, we're going to give you a personal and an impersonal example for each question. We have 2 questions to share today. So, the first question is this is a common one, guys. You may have seen this before in your practice. In many countries around the world, rural people are moving to cities, so the population in the countryside is decreasing. Do you think this is a positive or negative development?
All right, Jessica, let's share first a positive example that's personal, right? Do you want to share that for us? I think this is about
Sure.
your aunt as well, your aunt.
I made it up. This is
Oh,
not
you
true.
did? I was gonna read it, and I'm like, "Maybe I should let you if it's about your aunt."
Nope. All right. So this example is a personal example, right? To say why this is a positive thing that more people are living in cities. Access to healthcare, because they get access to healthcare for
Mm,
more people. My aunt is a type 1 diabetic and she needs to be close to her doctors and have immediate access to emergency care. Again, that's not true. I am type 1 diabetic. But I take care of myself and knock on wood, I haven't had really any complications. So I just made that up.
Nice. This brings up an interesting point, though, that if you are pulling from your actual personal life, it likely will be easier for you to think of examples, think of something
Yep.
that relates. But if by chance you cannot, you can, like Jessica did here, make up an ant, right? Make up an
Mhm.
example that also the examiner won't know.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could take 1 grain of knowledge from your own life, like having type 1 diabetes. That's my
Right?
life. And you can extrapolate or you can pull that, you can make that bigger, expand it into a better example and just
Mm,
make up the rest like it's
right.
about someone else.
Yes, and then we have an impersonal example here for the other side of the issue here. You could say it is a fact that with increased migration to cities, the cost of living increases exponentially. In fact, in Portland, Oregon, the cost of living has skyrocketed by 23% in the last 5 years due to an influx of wealthy residents from other states. Oh, this is really high level. So much great vocabulary, and you might not know the actual exact numbers, but neither does the examiner, right? So you can share numbers that would be close.
Yeah, no, totally. And this actually I did not make up because I just
Nice.
was reading about this last week. I shouldn't be laughing. It's terrible. I live in Portland and it's really expensive.
Right? Ugh.
But anyway, no, that's not made up. So again, here it proves our advice of reading widely, being curious about the world, staying up to date with what's happening around you and the world at large. This will only help you on the IELTS exam. It just gives you so many possibilities to draw from to support any opinion on any topic.
Yes, and just to highlight some amazing vocabulary to say exponentially, that something increases exponentially, just means greatly, significantly, right? But that's a band 9 word. We don't see students use it as much. And then, of course, skyrocketed, just meaning to rise really quickly a lot.
We just did a whole number vocabulary episode last Friday, guys, a week ago, 1342. So go check that out as well. There's more number vocab there. All right, let's get into the next question.
Some university students want to learn about other subjects in addition to their main subjects. Others believe it is more important to give all their time and attention to studying for a qualification. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion.
All right, awesome. So the first view, the first side is that they should give all of their time and attention to just studying what they need to, right? Just focusing on their major. Now, this is a personal example. When studying for my degree, I did not have an abundance of excess time to spend learning something other than coursework. The entirety of my time was required to complete assignments and be prepared for exams. Awesome. So that could be even more specific. You could say what you were studying, how many hours a week you had to study, what university you were at, how many assignments you had to do in a day, right? We could even add more detail to that personal
Yes,
example
absolutely.
to make it
And I
even
think
better.
we're
Yeah.
seeing that when we share personal examples in a task too, you can see that we're not writing these as we would say them informally if we're sharing this with a friend, right? You can't just be like, yeah, when I went to college, I didn't have a lot of extra time. We're adding high level vocabulary and high
Yep.
level grammar structures, right? Because it's a task two essay. So yes, personal examples, but you can write them in a higher scoring way.
And now I'm going to share the impersonal example as well, because this is using a strategy that I hinted at just a moment ago. And it's also something we tell you in Three Keys IELTS, that you can take personal knowledge and experience and just broaden that to the
Mm,
world at large. Okay. So I'll read the example and explain. Here's the example. Now, this is saying, yes, we should learn more things besides just our major. It is a fact that the more well rounded and knowledgeable a person is, the more success they will have in any chosen field. Take a mechanical engineer, for example. If this student also learns about art and the environment. Perhaps he or she could design a fuel-less car that is also gorgeous to look at. All right, so this is not a personal example, but actually it secretly is because my son wants to be a mechanical engineer, and we talk about stuff like this, about all of the possibilities for using knowledge and design, and this is taken from my own life.
Yes, right. So if you know about a particular career, or if you have a friend that you happen to know a lot about, this is a
Mhm.
great way to sort of go halfway between. You don't have to say, take my friend for an example who is a mechanical engineer. Instead, you're keeping it a little general like this to
Yeah.
talk about mechanical engineers in general.
Exactly, exactly. I think it would weaken the example if I was like, my son James, who is 12 years old,
Right.
plans to, like, that is unnecessary information. That doesn't help my cause, right? So, guys, remember that the goal is to prove a point, prove that it's good, prove that it's bad. Okay. How you do that can be personal or impersonal as long as it is specific, as it uses great vocabulary and has a mixture of grammar structures and is directly connected to that topic in a strong way, then you can score highly.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a good way to tell if a teacher really knows what they're talking about. We have heard of teachers telling you don't use personal examples on IELTS Task 2 essays. Push back, recognize, show
Yeah.
them right there in the directions where it says draw from your own personal experience. Absolutely, you can.
Tell them to come listen to IELTS Energy
Yes.
1344 for some amazing examples that
Right.
are indeed personal. All right, guys. Remember, you can ask us a question in the YouTube comments, or you can send a question to support@allearsenglish.com. And if you do want to have a complete IELTS course, it is ready and waiting for you right now, guaranteed to increase your score or your money back, and we pay for your exam. So check out Three Keys IELTS, guys. Go to allearsenglish.com/KEYS.
Awesome. Thanks, Jessica. I will see you next time.
All right, awesome. Bye.
Bye.